here we are. This, in the past, has been a matchup a bit depending on the role, I gotta say. And here it is Leonardo winning it with Piri Reis map.
Which is going to give us a copy of Yami Capsi. And I think at this moment, Leonardo is in a very good spot because Capsi, as a unit, gives you the opportunity to play around one or more hand wraps. However, we managed to summon Lollipop that will be immediately link off into Snatchy.
Yeah. Would you say Yummies are cats? Do you think so? I mean,
from next round, the cat is ours, and we give Marcello our Kuribo.
No.
I want my Kuribo though.
No, just for the next round.
We'll give yours.
Then you can go home with your Kuribo.
No, you will give yours. Okay?
No, mine is just...
Wait a minute.
This is possibly quite annoying, but I mean, we did know about the Capsi because Bestials in the main deck, I guess, kinda give away what your opponent is running. We have seen a few in the branded decks, but I think it's one of the two. Like,
I mean, it must be done, right? I mean, also, our guys maybe were sitting close to each other in previous rounds. It may be likely, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, being in the table 3 of YCS after 7 rounds, you probably already know what the players that are close by are playing.
And I mean, giving up on Forbidden Droplet of all things, as mentioned, the last time we saw Yami was all the way back in round 1. But it was the Fiendsmith version. Leonardo decided to play just a pure deck where maybe since you have missed out on Snatchy, it's a bit less of a Link deck and a bit more of a Synchro deck. He's playing some Diabell stars and he can make some pretty interesting combos. Maybe it will not be the case for this game specifically, but he has been doing it a lot this weekend.
And I'm curious to see how Dario is going to interact with Leonardo's field at the time. Magnamut, it is one of those cards, and
do you like
targeting Snatchy?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't do much, honestly, here. It pretty much forces your opponent to tag out, which might even be beneficial to them.
Yeah, I mean, forces.
Yeah.
What a pity.
And here you can see Marshmallow. I don't know, was it really needed to go for the Magnamut? It really feels like a, you know, Maliss in a way. As you can see here, allows Leonardo.
And also a Croaky there gives Leonardo so many options.
Yep.
Being also protection and interruption.
There must be just one Snatchy, but Leonardo is making sure to take the most out of it and goes right away for an Ash Blossom on the Allure of Darkness. I mean, Leonardo has played Maliss for a long time, I can tell you that much. So he knows in and out the intricacies of the deck. And here we see the Ignister part of it.
I think that SP Little Knight needs to be activated. Yes, Leonardo will definitely catch that. And also
This is good. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes all in here in a way, but it still has a lot of potential with the Yami monsters.
I mean, we know that Magnamut is in the hunt right now, so Leonardo could not afford to let Dario add back, for example, Dormouse, for example, send to the graveyard with effect of backup secretary and then activate.
But wait, this bell is huge.
Good bell here, which is the last unknown card there was in hand, right? I think.
Yeah, this could actually be absolutely huge. I mean,
is it enough though?
Not quite, because you already committed your normal, that's the main issue. But if you have another way to push through, maybe with the field spell, you could potentially get there. I mean, it's really tough still because here I think you go for cookie, you put it face down, and then I think no matter what they do, you're in a really
Not
good
even
spot.
a cookie to put face down. You still have a croquis. Yeah.
If you
Yeah,
want to
exactly.
go up, yeah,
you take,
sure.
you take
fair
follow
enough.
up and you activate the croquis to destroy. Caps
Yeah, I
discarding
mean-
lollipop.
Fair enough.
That's correct. I think it's it.
And yeah, that is it. Let's take a look at this openers. I see a Purulia from Leonardo.
Good
Always
one.
a good way to start things off.
Especially now that Maliss depends on cards like Maliss Hare, backups,
Yeah.
and obviously bestials.
But that's
However,
one way,
terraforming is the way to play around Purulia
Indeed.
and provide 0 draws.
Indeed. Like, I'm sure Leonardo is not happy about it. You can see him shaking his head a little bit. Again, he has played Maliss a lot. And there is no Lancia, which is a great news for Dario.
However, we were debating about if Lancia will be in the current meta state, and we can see that a lot of players choose to play it in the side deck, right?
Yeah, I think Maliss had a bit of a rumor around it. Because again, many people thought it was gone, but then in the last couple of weeks, it started winning a lot of events like regionals and stuff like this. So, you know, it's still up there.
Chesscard also provides the ability to play around Purulia because you can banish the Maliss that you have in hand, for example, White Rabbit, and generate the advantage with drawing 2 cards and also bring the rabbit back and set a trap card.
Yeah. It's a shame I'm not on camera to show Cheshire Cat. Just another of the pants.
That's Rescue Cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely get the cat out of
No.
It's
No, no.
we lost control with that. With this thing, honestly, we'll come back home with the deck box, and I don't know. It would be his Valentine, I think, tonight. I don't know. Still, I mean,
Bad words. But yeah, now I think when you're playing Maliss, there is just a long checklist of things that go through your mind when you're comboing, which is number 1, Lancia, Fuvalos, maybe we could say, and then I think the next step is Nibiru, no? It's like something that you always keep in mind. Is like, okay, how do I play? Link spider lines and this sort of stuff. And let's see how
But I
Dario.
think that we will stop to 4 summons. Since we summon Cryptor,
Could be.
we may have already Mirror in the hand.
And
Oh,
we
did it
do.
pass?
And that's
Okay.
a great recognition because Leonardo, I'm pretty sure, was holding the Nibiru. So let's take a look. This might look a bit weak, but there is a lot of potential for just generating advantage. And here again, the best normal summon of the deck, Yummy Capsi.
let's see here if on resolution everything's fine. It seems like it. Never mind.
Yeah, you have to go, no? I'm pretty sure you have to go for
Yeah,
the Cryptor onto the Capsi. It's just gonna take a few
Not
steps.
Cryptor, MP7.
Yeah, in this case.
And also you
it's,
don't have a Malice in the banishment zone.
No, but you can get to it.
Yeah, because I think he's playing all of the 07 and 06.
Yeah, you either go for Are, or in this case, you can just go again for the 07.
I think you activate here MT7 and keep the White Rabbit in the banishment zone instead of activating the effect, so Cryptor can also have the effect to banish. This is one of those scenarios that you don't want
Oh,
to...
you don't? I guess maybe you want to banish the Snatchy.
The single copy of Snatch
Yeah.
also makes sense.
I guess, yeah, it did change the way you play against Yami now that it's at 1. It's an interesting decision though, because I feel like it's still quite valid to just go over the normal and the one extender, especially if they're playing pure Yami.
You don't respect Obedience School and probably
No,
Engage though.
I don't. I mean, I don't even know if he's playing Engage.
Yeah,
I don't
Dario, however, doesn't know that.
I know, but I don't think it's that popular anymore.
I like the fact to deal with a single copy of Snatchy, to be honest.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's
I think
not
it's a
like
bit risky though,
they can recycle it.
The-
So
Yeah, but you still have interruptions. It's not easy to recycle it and then still advance for
no,
plays.
sure, but like as you can see here, now the interruptions are much worse because if you interrupt the monsters, the Akruki just triggers. So you need to get rid of both, and it's a bit complicated. So let's see. Of course, the normal summon is still gone. It's just that Surprise now is active. We do have Marshmallow. Let's see. And yeah, we are gonna go into Link Kuribo. Again, nothing from Dario. Makes sense. I mean, Akruki basically says that it doesn't make sense to interrupt at this point. And we are not using the cookie.
Let's hear Leonardo to go for the synchro plays, or we need to interact right now. It is a tough spot because Kruk is there to provide an extra body.
All right, and okay, after a bit of a consideration, we do go for it. So Capsi Yami Way plus Akruki Chainlink to targeting the Art Crypt. Heh. Still 3 cards in hand from Leonardo, and we do allow this to resolve.
So this might be an indication that we have Hare or Crystal in hand.
Yeah, I would say the same. Let's see. Obviously, we do have a way to force it out because we can summon at some point the Lollipo and try to shuffle it back and maybe prompt, you know, a response. And let's see what Leonardo decides to discard. And it's Impermanence. Okay. Just keeps all the engine in hand. And
Impermanence might be the 6th card, and it was not activated into Crypter because if Crypter points to a monster, her effect cannot be negated.
And yeah, as expected, we use the Lollipo to force out this Are, which has been chained by Dario, rightfully so. But at this point, the Capsi Yami Way gets active, and we get in a little bit of a grind situation where both players have a lot of interaction, a lot of things to think about. And in the end, Leonardo lets it through, and he can respond later on to the effect of the Art Crypter. And yes, he does. So here it makes sense because if you respond first, you cannot choose to activate the cookie, for example, to force it out. And let's see what he goes for. He goes for both cookie and Marshmallow, and now he can use the cookie on the Crypter. Oh, and we're using both. Interesting. This makes sense because since Akruki has done his job, you can replace the field spells, and that allows you to then cycle your Snatchy back into the extra deck if he chooses to do so. And you know, this is just a nice way where Leonardo is showing us
or even go for Mignon in order to potentially go for game.
Yeah. Ooh, and yeah, he's revealing just to his opponent what cards he knows, and I like this. Good recognition in a way from Dario. Basically, he just wants to have this Snatchy gone, and so by you know, preventing the Akruki from going to the graveyard, he's saying no, you are gonna still have to find another way to get that Snatchy back, and it's not gonna be so easy. But as you have mentioned, you know, first world problems, because we do have now our masters who are all gonna be quite beefy.
And I think that Leonardo can find a line in order to push for damage in this turn and go for a game during the battle phase.
I think we've used
We don't
Linkuribo?
have.
I think it's usually Kuribo, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely finding another way to get into this.
He maybe checks for bestials, I believe. Or even go for Linguribo.
And there it is.
Called it.
Yeah, baited possibly this bestial.
I think Dario, it is in one of the scenarios that you want to activate it into Linguribo in order for Leonardo to not have an access easily to synchro monsters. However, from the other side, you can keep Magna Multitechar for the battle phase in order to make sure that you are gaining a turn.
But it does make sense. He's just going over all of the Link 1 options from Leonardo and trying to just stay in this game. I think he knows that if he gets another turn, he gets an opening, and it seems like he has managed to keep Leonardo's aggression at bay. Wow. And this is just a pass, yes. Leonardo completely left out of his extra deck. Does he even play any other Link 1s? Except of like Spider or something like this?
No.
No, right?
Salmirage, for example, but
it doesn't
was
work.
special summon,
Yeah.
yes.
So that, I think, was really well played by Dario. Like finding the way to just, make the most out of maybe cards that are not the greatest in this matchup.
And I think now that Maliss has an extra copy of Bestial in the hand, and with such a graveyard, it is in a very good spot for Dario at the moment.
Also, because how do you get rid of the other field spell if one is gone? It's not easy. Like to actually put it in the graveyard.
I mean, right now, if we manage to banish also Minion with Crypto, for example.
No, I know, but in the best case, I mean, just even if he doesn't, he never touches it again. Like for the Yami deck, to actually put it now into the graveyard is not so easy. Like, not at all.
Well, the thing is that now playing without snatching Linkuribo honestly feels like super complicated
an upfield
for
battle.
Leonardo. Yeah.
And I mean, impermanence was used, so now Dario knows that the face down is surprise, and he pretty much has full knowledge because one Yami is in hand and only one card is unknown.
You like full knowledge now.
I do. But that one card is quite relevant because it's the Guldo Rock. So let's keep an eye on the number of summons.
I mean, if he keeps Bestial as a backup plan in case of Nibiru, I think Dario is in a pretty good spot in any case.
Possibly. And I think, the Leonardo at this point is just bluffing a little bit, trying to get Dario to commit. I think he understands that his only chance is if Dario makes a huge mistake and overcommits and then gets punished by this Nibiru. I still don't see like an easy way to then go for game without Link 1s, but I think that's his best chance, and the Link 1 in, it has to be that line of thought, I guess.
In any case, right now Wikid provides the extra plan for Dario to play around Nibiru because he can just add backup and wait for a potential Nibiru in order to make Link Spider and then activate backup. And right now he can advance to all the places that he can with a full graveyard.
And I gotta say, he has played really well until now. I mean, he's 7-0, so of course.
I mean, there is a reason he's 7-0.
But still, I mean, it's nice to see him in action. Definitely,
I think not go hits all here.
Yeah.
And then we can threaten Nibiru with the access code.
Yeah. I think he's maneuvering it very well.
Yeah. Really.
And the fact that he has not touched yet Creeper in the graveyard, it's very relevant.
No, honestly, playing really well.
And we drew Ash Blossom also.
Wow.
He has 7, 8 cards in the hand. It's getting out of control here for.
It was the cherry in the
Dario.
cake.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see how Leonardo gets out of it. As you have mentioned, here comes the access code.
Yeah, and this is the real Nibiru check.
I mean, you can use surprise, though, no?
Yeah, but you still have access code again. You are forced to
Yeah, but I don't know.
summon
I mean,
access code,
yeah.
deal with surprise, and right now we have Har in hand, a bestial that we have not yet activate.
I mean, by the way Dario has played this game, I'm pretty sure he knows about Nibiru. Because again, in this game he chose to go only for 4 summons and
Also backup keeps Nibiru in check in any scenario.
I think here is exactly what we're gonna see. Like, we just go for the bestial, we get the crypter, and we don't really need much else. Yep. Look at the amount of cards. It's like 8 cards in hand. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah, here comes the Nibiru, which Dario already was aware of.
Pulcinella surprise. Secret.
Richmond will activate the effect to send Nibiru to the graveyard. And I think now we are going for Link Spider into backup. And I find our wizard and advanced plays from there.
Yep.
Because we still haven't seen Rent Ransom. And Rent Ransom can go
Anything,
into access code against CCTs.
No,
in the extra
really,
deck.
really a masterclass from Dario this game on how to play. Leonardo gave also a great fight, considering he has been locked out of his Link once for a long time, but Cyber's deck seems in full control of this one. Again, there are no draws, so one of these 2 amazing duelists will be walking away with the first loss of the day. Has to happen at some point.
Oh yeah, Link Rebo. Yeah, it's just a matter of time because the access code.
Yeah, and he knows the end is 3 yummies, so nothing to worry about anymore.
And we just generate bodies, and I think finally we are going to experience Red Ransom.
We can just easily go for game as well.
Yeah, access code with Red Ransom in each game.
We have field spell as well. There it is. Teased that a lot, but finally it's here.
I love the fact that Dario in turn 1 that didn't have a backup plan against Nibiru, he stopped at 4 summon, and now that he knew that Nibiru was always in check, he could push through it, and when finally Leonardo activated Nibiru, he had backup against her to
I'm a bit more.
push through it.
Okay, I was about to say I'm a bit surprised Leonardo is not. Of course, Fuvalos is always a card you're happy to see against
Purulia also.
Yami. Purulia, yes and no.
In the pure Yami?
Like, they can just give you a draw, honestly. But here we start as in the first game with Piri Race.
Which is quite an interesting option because post side deck you might consider to Ash Blossom Piri Race map because also gives you an access to Ibli.
Yeah.
Which is
Just in
one card
case.
that Yami utilized in the side deck.
Yeah.
However, I don't think that it is a good option against Maliss, to be honest.
Well, you can still try.
And no Fuva. Yeah, no Fuva, no Purulia.
No, nothing.
Let's see if we are gonna see, as in game 1, the Bestial on this field spell. Dario's thinking about it, but Leonardo now is playing around Bestials, which makes a lot of sense to me. Going for the Synchro before. Yeah. And not even Droll, which could be another card that you bring in this matchup. So Let's see. Are we gonna see the
You like
synchro
roll
line?
against Yami?
No. Well, you can bring it in. Okay. So, pressure is on Dario, but at the same time, are we going to commit into these synchros? I think we are at the moment. Setting up Linkuribo, just an additional, way to push and play around Bestials in a way. And now should come this Samsara, possibly, or Metal Marcher. Let's see which line we go for.
Looks like that it didn't draw any interruptions.
Samsara.
This would have been Herald. Unfortunately, that's not an option. And here we see the additions of the deck, which makes in a way Leonardo's deck a bit different from before. This is, how fitting, a Cupid card on Valentine's Day. So here it is.
It is one of those cards that hasn't seen the meta spotlight for 2.5 years.
Nah.
For over 2.5.
But here it is, and now we go into the Diabell engine. Yes, here it is. This is the combo that Leonardo has been doing all day long.
Yeah, you can tell also that you're having a look at Diabell Queen of the White Forest, maybe not being super familiar with it, but you can tell from Leonardo's facial expression he's quite happy, honestly, because he's not also being interrupted from Dario, and quite surprisingly also, I would say, no interruptions from Dario at all.
Yeah.
Maliss is one of those decks that may seem that they don't have enough of hand traps or not at all to interact with the opponent. However, if the hand of Dario is only engine, it can push through a lot from an established field from Leonardo.
And here comes the Samsara back, which, by the way, has a little bit of a secret effect, which we could say, because usually you don't see it on the field, but you can use it quite effectively during your opponent's turn to pretty much synchro summon, which is a pretty nice addition. Here we see again this allure. Is it gonna be met by an Ash? No, it's not. But instead, here is the Queen effect.
To special summon 1/11/7 or lower tuner synchro monster from the extra deck or graveyard.
Yeah.
However, it is dealt with Ghost Bell, and we are going to activate the effect of Capsi Yami Way.
Yeah, I don't think you're too mad about that, honestly. And as you can see here, we just special summon 2.
I mean, we needed to prioritize a potential threat from the extra deck that Leonardo might have instead of the follow-up that Capsi Yami Way provides.
Yeah, because anyways, surprise is there, so you cannot fully stop the engine. This makes it so that we can set up a Crookie, probably. And that will be the case. And here it is.
Don't say it.
Yeah, no, he didn't draw. He banished before.
Because Dario was sure.
Yeah, and here we see a cat on both players' side of the field. It's the feline match. It is what it is.
I like the fact that Leonardo also brought back the Yami Way, the Lollipop Yami Way from the graveyard, since he knew that Jessica will be banished and activate the effect in order for him to activate that challenge to the effect of Lollipop Capsi Yami Way. Lollipop Yami Way.
We didn't use Netch, yeah? So maybe we don't have a Crookie, which is a bit surprising since we are going first. Could it be in the end? But no, that's a bit surprising. Anyways, now Dario doesn't wait much longer and is met by an effect Veiler.
May we have Mirror?
Good one.
Interesting choice of the alternate art. Of course, for anyone who did not recognize the card, it's huge.
Yes, because other way around, Valor would not interact very well with Maliss because you can always check it with a trap.
And here is Cookie just putting the Cyber Monsters face down.
Respect the wizard and backup.
Yeah.
However, we have Hare in our hand. However, Jessica has already activated the effect.
Yeah.
We may have another Maliss monster in the hand though.
Let's see. But yeah, Leonardo is not going to waste any time. He's going to go right into yet another synchro effect. And we do have Dormouse. Okay.
Go one. Huh.
Do we have a Krookie now and we just saved the Snatchy activation for some reason? We do. Maybe.
Okay.
Wow. Just playing it safe, I guess, as much as possible. Not revealing, and we do get the Krookie. And this changes things up quite a bit. Because we can get rid of this Dormouse before he gets the chance to activate.
Good catch here from Leonardo, honestly. Like, patiently waiting for the Krookie to being activated into the field here. And yeah, it's just thinking about it now that Dormouse touches the field.
Yeah, I mean, surely you go for it. Yeah. And again, just one Snatchy is all you need. For anyone who doubted Yami, no matter the ending of this match, I think Leonardo has demonstrated just the power of this deck. It's still there.
Yeah, sometimes you don't need a fancy field in order to win. You can just establish a Mallistic field and try to provide and generate advantage through follow-ups and all those effects of Yami Way monsters. So a Krookie activated the effect, as you mentioned, to destroy the Dormouse.
Yeah.
And there are 2 cards left in the hand for Dario. I think